Hello, I'm Richard, and you're watching North East Football Media. Hello, I'm Richard. This is North East Football Media, and this is the latest episode in the Focus on Grassroots. Today, I'm joined by Steven Cramphorn, and he's from Cleveland Juniors U9s. So, Steven, welcome to the channel. Thanks for coming on. You okay?
Yeah, thanks for having me, mate. Yeah, looking forward to it.
No problem at all. Just sort of start really with a little bit about yourself. I mean, when did you first get involved with grassroots football? And it's Cleveland Juniors, isn't it, that you're involved with? How did you first get involved with them?
A bit of a weird one, really. I was currently coaching at Redcar Athletic, and I was looking for a move, looking for something fresh, a fresh start, should we say? And I just approached Clevo. Initially, went as a parent. Wanted to actually watch my son instead of coaching, because you never get the full perspective. I always thought if you're just going to be coaching, but due to circumstances, the coach who was currently doing it, he had to leave for work related. And then lo and behold, I'm back there again coaching, and never looked back since I've been there with Cleveland Juniors. In all honesty.
How long has it you been there now? Has it been a while?
I took over at the start of the under-8 season, so they're coming up to late under-9 season now. So we're looking over a good year and a half. I've been there with them. Like you say, probably the best move I've ever done in the football world, should we say?
Excellent. I mean, is your current role? Is that what you do? You're just the coach of the team, is that right?
Yeah, current coach of the under-9s. The amount of work that takes, I don't think I could take anything else on with them at the minute, to be honest. As much, we'd all like to do more, but you got to be realistic as well. I always find.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I mean, just a little bit more about the club then. I mean, how long has it been going? How many teams are there throughout the club and stuff like that?
And I think they have the tops. I think they start from about 3 to 4, and then they go all the way through the age groups, missing under 15s out, and they have 2 for adult teams as well, a Saturday adults and a Sunday. And they've been going since 1985, so it's been a long-established club, and the amount of players that probably went through this club, it doesn't bear thinking about when you think the time it's run.
Yeah, no, it sounds a well-established club. I mean, do you have your own facilities there, or do you just sort of use council facilities or a school, or have you got your own ground?
No, we have our own facility, our own clubhouse, which is currently undergoing restoration and continuous work. I believe. The pitches are all council owned, but obviously Cleveland Juniors, help maintain them alongside the council as best we can. So yeah, on that perspective, things work out well on both parties, I believe.
No, that sounds good, because I know a lot of clubs sort of struggle to get somewhere to play. That can be one of the big issues, can't it? So it's good that you've got, you're sorted on that side of it. I mean, what do you enjoy most about being involved with Cleveland Juniors?
I've always found, like, the people at the top, they keep you very in the loop. It's not like they only need to know it and nobody else. It's a very good family club, like a lot of clubs are. But I've always found the people at the top, they always see you right. As soon as there's information there that not just they should know, they like every single coach to know, regardless if it's down to the tots manager to the well-established, the adult team managers. Everyone's kept on the same playing field, should we say, which I've always found refreshing. Because you're never guessing what's happening. You're always aware continuously.
I mean, that's really good, isn't it? Because obviously, from your point of view, I suppose it's good to be in the loop, isn't it? What's been your best sort of moment so far with the club?
It probably the day I remember I was just sat at home, and I had a feeling it was coming. I was just sat there on my phone, and I got a message with, "Would you want to take over as manager?" And like you say, yeah, I went as a parent. I thought, oh, we're here again. You know what I mean? I'm going back into this spot again to take over. And I was adamant to myself. I said, I'm going to watch my son as a parent. But as soon as the opportunity come again, I let it dog with the ball, and I couldn't say no. And like you say, it was for me. It was like I'm back there again. And like you say, I'll never forget that day, because it it was so significant. I mean, like how we just come about.
Yeah, that's good to hear. So what sort of, obviously in terms of the club then, what sort of community activities do they get regularly involved in, like sort of fundraising events, or do they have like community events for all the club to get together?
Yeah, they were big into running the tournaments, like, you know, a lot of clubs, but they sort of filtered away from that, you know, since COVID. But they're very big on the environment. They have a I don't know them personally, but they have like a group of people, should we say, they come in and like these people who do this are just volunteers. They're coming around maintaining the pitch, collecting the rubbish, everything, you know, what people are just leaving. This is all voluntary on their behalf, and the club doesn't tell them to do or ask them to do it. They do this. And I mean, the amount of rubbish these guys pull off every other week is the amount of bags. It's astonishing. You don't even know where it all comes from, because when you look in the naked eye, you can't see it. But honestly, for these guys, it's so refreshing to see people that they want to look after the club, even though they're not part of that club, you know, as footballing people. So it's very, on that perspective, like I say, I can't say enough about them guys. It's really good.
No, it sounds good. Yeah, I mean, obviously, one of the big issues with a lot of clubs at grassroots level is raising funds, isn't it, to pay for everything, the pitch fees and the kits and the equipment and all that kind of stuff. I mean, how much of a challenge is that for your kind of club and your team?
Yeah, it's Cleveland Juniors is. I mean, I don't know how much you know about Cleveland, but they've always had the red and white stripe kit. It's gone back probably a long time. So the club has currently just gone under a complete new rebrand. So it's not just like age group. It's like the club has had to provide every single age group with a brand new kits. Luckily, they've got good sponsors in Driveline Paving. They've stepped in and support the club through this massive transition. Because, like I said, when clubs transition, it might be one or two teams. This is a full rebrand for Cleveland Juniors. We're lucky also, like within my age group and my team, we have a parent of Steph Ford, who owns his own MJB plastering company, who was willing to do the away kits out of it. So again, I have to admit, we've been very, very lucky with the funding. It's been, I can't say enough, it's been outstanding. Like I said, me personally, I just went in there and he said, yeah, I'll step in, we'll do this, we'll get you that. And I thought, you know what, it's just quite hard to find this day, especially in this day and age. But people want to do that. It was like you said, you know, it was excellent on their behalf to do that.
No, it sounds excellent. Yeah, I mean, I say that is one of the biggest problems that most clubs get, isn't it? The funding, because it's all self-funded. Yeah. You've got to raise your own money, so it's good if you get sponsors stepping in. That's what it's all about.
Like to do it at club level for a full club must be hard work for the people above to make that happen and get them funds in.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, it's a big job. I mean, have you had much dealings with the local FA? Have you found him to be pretty helpful with things that you've needed?
Yeah, the league coordinator, a guy called Craig Tuplin, he's what he does is outstanding. Like I say, whether it's coming down to me messaging him, can I change a fixture? Can I bring it forward? Or I can message him an hour later and say, in fact, can we cancel that? You know, the guy, what he does, he has a patient of the same, because he's like, yeah, no bother, Steve. Or, yeah, you know, for what he does, honestly, it is phenomenal. It's phenomenal work. But like I said, that's the only guy I've really ever dealt with. But, you know, if they're all like him and they've got a great backing, that's all I can say, you know, a great establishment behind him to work with.
Yeah, I mean, it's important, isn't it? Because, you know, that's what keeps football running, essentially, isn't it? The work that they do as well behind the scenes.
It really is.
I mean, if you, from a personal point of view, if you could change kind of one thing about grassroots football, what would be the most important thing for yourself, do you think, that you'd like to see change?
One thing, it would probably be based on some teams I've seen fold over the years, would be the amount of teams certain clubs can enter in age groups, if you understand what I'm saying on that perspective. So, you know, for the amount of clubs, like you say, have struggled for under nines, but you've got other clubs have got 5 under nines teams all in the same league. And I'm very big on your local club. You know, if you're from the area, it might be old fashioned. You know, if you're from the area, you play for your area club. So when I see teams fall over the years, it's like, oh, they've gone. I used to play them as a kid. You know, when you're seeing that now, and it's like sort of filtering away slowly but surely.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of brings me on to the next part. Really, obviously, it's been a year of lockdowns, essentially, hasn't it? Now, on and off over the last year. I mean, what sort of impact does that add on your club and maybe your team in particular? Obviously, you know, it's been a tough year, hasn't it, for everyone?
Yeah, on a club that the club's had a torrid time, to be honest. Not financially, but with the antisocial behaviour side of it. I think the things that's been happening to the club over the, let's say, the last year, deliberately targeted, whether it's pitches being ripped up deliberately. I mean, the damage that's been done to pitches, it's impossible not to be deliberate. You know, it's the clubhouse sign. I don't know if you've ever been to Cleveland Juniors, but they have the massive old Middlesbrough badge with the Cleveland Juniors written on it. That was stolen, and that was X amount of feet in the air. So the club has been, you know, we could say probably hell and back for the people that run the club. You know, the damage has been done. It's just been an endless cycle, but hopefully, fingers crossed, you know, it's sort of calming down a bit now, and you know, they've got bored, should we say, of, you know, what they've been doing to the club, and the people who've been running it, Michelle Rush, Tim Jennings, Mark Burt, you know, they've worked, they went to hell and back to make this club to keep going and not let these people, you know, ruin it for us all, and the kids especially.
Yeah, no, that's shocking, really, isn't it? I've seen some stuff about that. I've seen it on social media and stuff. What's going on?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not good at all, is it? You know, when people do that, it seems, you know, you're there to help the local community, and you know, for people in the local community to do that, it seems mad. But
it is. I mean, I'd go with my son. I'd go with my son just to have a kick about, and you get there, and it's like it's just unplayable, you know. It's in what area is left. You think, I don't want to just play in that little area because I'm just going to rip that area up. And if, like you say, it was becoming, like you've seen, it was a weekly thing, week in, week out.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. But I say hopefully that might be behind you now, and like you said, that the club have got a chance to put that right. I mean, what about your team in particular? Has there been any kind of impact on the lockdown from your team side of it? Have you managed to get the guys together on Zoom or something like that? Have you? Or?
I've always we've stayed in contact. I'm a big believer that we stay in touch through the hard times and the good times, and I've always tried to communicate with the best I can with with the kids, with my work life and everything I do behind the scenes. But I think they can quote me, they've all been fine. You know, they come back down after the first lockdown, they seem happy. Obviously, we went back into lockdown, so I'm going to hope again next week when we all return, we come back with that same attitude, round to go. And but like you say, as far as I'm aware, they're all raring to get out the cages and get back up on that football field again. Yeah,
I mean, obviously, as you just mentioned there, obviously football's coming back in the next week or so, isn't it? Finally, hopefully, this is going to be. I mean, is your season for your team finishing? Are they completing the league season, or are they sort of scrapping it again, or are they going to get it done?
No, we obviously the under-9 level, it's split into like 2 halves. So the first half, I think it just got binned. So the fixtures were only released yesterday, so they're all back in starting on the 11th of April. A nice away trip to Whitby for me, so that's something to look forward to. But yeah, we've got hopefully we can get a nice run now, and get these games played for all teams. They all need it.
Yeah, hopefully the weather will be a bit better as well for everybody, really. I suppose it's a bit better playing in April, May and June than it is playing in November and December and January when it's snowing and freezing cold. I mean, has the club got any events planned, obviously, with football coming back? Is there anything you've got planned as a club?
As a club, I think obviously they're a bit wary about trying to plan too much tournament-wise, because some teams are quite willing to plan the tournaments now. I think Cleveland Juniors are going to hold off, but from a team perspective, we've got a couple of tournaments coming up, one in Concert, one in South Park, and hopefully get on a regular town one, which is a great event on the day. And as I say, we just want a good run of football, regardless if it's tournaments, friendly. I'd take 6 months of training, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it's better than having football is better than not, isn't it? I mean, I was going to sort of ask you what you're most looking forward to, but I suppose it's just having football back, isn't it, really? Yeah,
just getting them boots back on, into that mindset, that routine. If it's standing out in the rain and kids stood there looking at you, not listening, just being there, I'd be quite happy to do that. But to see them all back there, every man will say the same. I really believe that, just to get back out there on that pitch, see the kids do what they do, and watch them develop. Whatever will be after that. Hopefully, this is the back end of COVID now, and we can just play till our heart's content.
Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, if any teams dropped out of your league, because I know there's been 1 or 2 that won't be able to come back, will they, for one reason or another?
Yeah, I know the first half of the season, a team had already pulled out before the start of it. One team, he just couldn't get it. He'd be lucky if the bloke could get 3 players together. one had come back, another isolate, and it was just an absolute. I think we spent, between me and one other manager, we spent about 4 weeks trying to organise one game that we just couldn't get going. Then eventually the league just pulled it anyway and so said that's it again. But absolute nightmare, you know. So like saying, fingers crossed, and every manager will be the same across the country, that we can actually just get something going now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important just to get everyone back playing football again. As you said, I think that's the most important thing, isn't it? It's been, what, 3 months, hasn't it, since the last game? So just need them out there again, really, don't we? Let's hope the weather is going to be good as well, which is amazing.
Just to get that memory back, you know, to get for the kids to get remember what they used to be like, what they used to do, you know, and get that routine. And, you know, it's Wednesday, it's training, it's Saturday, it's training, Sunday morning ritual, look, you're at them, you know, in any weather.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what it's all about, and hopefully things will soon get back to sort of some form of normality again. Anyway, you know, hopefully very soon. Just before you go in, Stephen, is your club, are they active on social media? Can people find the club on Facebook and Twitter and places like that?
Yeah, I'm only a Facebook man myself, but I believe they're across all social media platforms, and they have their own independent website as well. So any kids, adults who are looking to start playing football or get back into football, you know, the Cleveland Juniors is there, like everybody else is. You know, so any guys that want to come and check us out, you know, drop down. It's very approachable, and yeah, come and drop in.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for joining us today on the channel. Good luck for the rest of the season, and good luck for the future as well. And hopefully we'll be able to speak again at some point in the future.
Yeah, no problem, Richie. Thank you. Thanks for having me, mate.
So that was Steven Cramphorn there from Cleveland Juniors U9s. If you're interested in following that club, they're on social media on Facebook, and they've also got a website as well. So please check them out. If you've liked what I'm doing on the channel, please give this video a like and please subscribe as well. I've got a lot more of these interviews coming up over the next week or so, speaking to people involved in grassroots football in the Northeast. If you'd like to get involved, please get in touch. You can see on the screen the social media pages that I've got, and also a website as well. Please get in touch if you'd like to get involved. With the football back, I will be offering some highlights as well. I can come down and film your team's games, put highlights on YouTube, on this channel, also on DVD as well. I can do promotional videos and lots of other stuff as well. So if that's something that might appeal to your club, please get in touch as well. And I say in the meantime, stay tuned to the channel. Please like, subscribe and share. This is Northeast Football Media. Thank you.